My life before Christ was filled with a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety. I was born with a birth defect, and when the doctors tried to fix it, they nicked my left vocal cord. When everything shook out, I ended up with a voice that was really different from at least what I thought it should be. And that gave me a lot of social anxiety. It made me afraid of interacting with other people. It made me afraid of my own voice, afraid of the way God made me. So in the summer of 2014, I was working at a Christian summer camp. One of the things that this summer camp did is that every staff member, from the counselors all the way down to people like me, the maintenance man, all of us had to interact with the campers, talk to them about Christ, and just help them have a good time. And this terrified me. I was still dealing with the social anxiety, still dealing with the fear, and I was actually afraid to talk to elementary schoolers. I thought I was doing a pretty good job of hiding this, but my boss found out, and one day he sat me down and he talked me through the story of Moses and the burning bush. It was what really made the gospel, which I had heard previously, finally make sense, finally click into place. Because the Lord said to him, "Who gave human beings their mouths? Who makes them deaf or mute? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? Is it not I, the Lord?" And just seeing God's power and love and his care for his creation, for Moses in this specific story, it finally made the gospel make sense. It showed me Christ's love for me, and it helped me to accept Jesus as the leader of my life and the forgiver of my sins. Since accepting Christ, my life has had its share of ups and downs. God helped me to deal with my social anxiety, helped me to overcome a lot of my fear. And then moving into college, he helped me overcome a lot of the fear and anxiety of meeting new people. He got me connected to community, which led me here to Northridge. It's been over 10 years since that day, and those 10 years have also had their fair share of struggles and their fair share of difficulties. But throughout all of it, God has still been by my side. Christ has still been helping me. He's been teaching me, showing me that ultimately, in this weakness, he is strong, and that through my voice, which I once thought of as a curse, he can display his power, and he can glorify himself in ways that I never, ever imagined. Over my 8 years here at Northridge, seeing all of the baptisms, hearing all of the stories, and listening to the sermons at the open baptisms, I've really grown to see the importance of full immersion. So today I am getting baptized to take a step of obedience to Christ and publicly declare that he is the forgiver of my sins and the leader of my life.
So, we were roommates for a good 3 years, and we've been friends for about 6 of those, which doesn't make sense grammatically, but we're going to roll with it. And through that, we struggled through some of what I would consider to be the hardest times of our lives so far. And oftentimes, we would sit in our living room and just struggle through the issue of why. Why did God make us this way? And granted, you were struggling with much more than male pattern baldness, but it was... But we just kept coming back to John 9, where as he passed by, he saw a man blind from birth, and his disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" And Jesus answered, "It was not that this man sinned or his parents, but that the works of God might be displayed in him." And I remember that Joel and I told you that, if nothing else, that your faith had changed us. And the way that we'd seen you go through the struggles and just stay faithful to God, even in all of your frustration and all of your questions, that it mattered to us. And I feel honored and blessed to be here today to baptize you.